Hi everyone, my name's Allison and I am the Vinted Value Mama. Today I'm going to do the second part on my series on Vinted for Beginners 2025. So if you haven't watched the first part, check that out first and we'll get going. Like I said in my last video, this is your sort of Vinted home screen. This is what you're going to see most of the times when you open up the app, and the very first thing on the top is your recommended feed. I don't actually shop on the recommended feed all that much because I look for extremely specific things and it's unlikely that they're going to be recommended to me. But I did see a super cute sweater just now, so I thought I'll use that as my example. If we click on the photo on the top, you can see the picture, and normally this is where you would be able to scroll through and see all of the pictures, but apparently this is just one, which is pretty disappointing in terms of an example. If you scroll down, you can see the title, which is a pullover. The size is a large. It's in very good condition, and it's sold by Esprit. If you look down into the description, it is just seldom worn, which is pretty standard for a Vinted description. It's so hard to get someone who actually puts the important information in their description. You can also press on more and we can see some of the same information. It's size large, it's by Esprit, it's very good condition. Some new information like the material is cotton, the colors are turquoise and cream. You'll also see that it's gotten one click and it was added 3 hours ago. So I'm guessing I'm the only one who's clicked on it. And if you look up to the top, no one has favorited it yet. Pretty disappointing for that seller, I'm sure. I'm sorry. Add some more photos, add a better description. Let's go down to my favorites and we'll see if we have something that has a bit more of a description to it. Let's look at the Converse. So we've got 3 people have favorited it, me and 2 others. We have plenty of pictures on the top, which is what I always like to see, especially with shoes. You can see the soles, you can see the insoles, you can see the tag, what it's made out of. Great pictures on this one. If we look down, the seller has 15 reviews. Seems like they're all 5 stars. I don't put too much stock in the reviews, especially if you're buying. There are so many different buying protections on Vinted. Unless you're buying something for hundreds of euros, then this doesn't apply. But if you're just buying a normal pair of shoes on Vinted, then it really doesn't hurt to buy them. It could be that the seller has a lot of negative reviews. Maybe they had a whole string of things that were bought and never sent. But in that case, the buyer does get their money back. And my attitude is, it doesn't hurt to try. So, 15 5-star reviews. There's no problem with this seller. And next to that, you can see the button for asking a question. Often you'll want to ask, like the seller in the last example, okay, how wide is the sweater? How long is the sweater? Is it 100% cotton? Sometimes the sellers will respond to your questions. Often they don't, which I can understand. You're not selling it for very much money, and it's kind of a hassle to answer all of these silly little questions. Anyway, if we keep scrolling down, we can see that they're size 38. They're in satisfactory condition. They are €8, but $9.10 with the Vinted seller protection, buyer protection, I don't know what it's called, with the Vinted fees. Now, I know for a lot of people, it seems like the pricing isn't very transparent on Vinted, especially compared to other apps like eBay or something maybe. So you might be wondering, okay, but how much does it cost really? How much is the shipping? If you continue to scroll all the way down, you'll see that the shipping is €3.99. So you've got €8 for the shoes, €1.10 for the fees, the Vinted fees, and then $3.99 for the shipping. If you're like me and you really don't want to do the math yourself, you can always just click on buy. It will tell you exactly what the total is, which in this case is €13.09. And then you just click back and you're going backwards. No harm, no foul. Obviously, just be careful that you don't accidentally click on something else after you click on buy. That's how you end up with even more clothes than I already have. If we click on more, let's see if we've got any more on this one. They're shoes, they're Converse, not really. Nothing that we didn't already know. It's only had 35 clicks in the last 7 months and 3 likes. So you could use that to kind of gauge, okay, it's been posted on Vinted for a while now. It only has 3 likes. Maybe if I sent the seller an offer, they would be more likely to accept it. You've got 2 options down at the bottom. We just clicked on buy, but you can also click on make an offer. And then you can put in whatever price you want, basically. If I want to say €5 and click on next, then the offer will be sent to the seller. Unlike other apps, like eBay maybe, offers are not binding. Just because I send the seller an offer for €5 does not mean that I absolutely have to buy it if they accept my offer. Now, of course, keep in mind that everyone selling on Vinted is a real person. Don't send out a million offers if you don't even really want any yellow Converse. Try and keep it reasonable. Try and think about, okay, if this is accepted, can I buy it right away or should I wait until the next payday or something? And it could be that the seller never really bothers to respond to your offer, so wait a day or two to see if they want to accept it. If you haven't heard back from them, just move on and find some other chucks. Let's go down again because there are even more important features. Down at the bottom, you can see the other offers, the other products from this seller particularly. So they sell shoes, they've got a Nike t-shirt, they've got all kinds of things. And one of the real benefits to using Vinted versus another app is that you can bundle these purchases together. So from the same seller, get a couple different things. You'll always save on the Vinted fees doing it that way. You'll 99% of the time save on the shipping cost if you do it that way, and often the person will have discounts turned on. So if you buy 4 things, you might get a 50% discount, something like this. We can see that this seller does not have those discounts turned on. It just says that you can save on shipping if you do decide to buy a bundle. If you want to, you can click on the button right there to make a bundle, and then you go through and add whatever you want. So we've got the chucks in there already. Let's say I want to buy a whole bunch of shoes. So now I've got a bundle with 3, and I can check my bundle down at the bottom. Kind of like if you're just looking at one thing and you're curious how much it's going to cost altogether, you can click on that button and you'll see how much all 3 of these shoes cost altogether. So then the Vinted fees is only €1.90. It's hardly any fees for 3 pairs of shoes, and the shipping is still just $3.99, even though now I'm getting 3 pairs of shoes instead of 1 pair of shoes. Let's go back again. I almost forgot about one thing. Next to the other options from this seller, we've got similar items. I don't know if this is a new feature or it just took me way too long to see it on here, but I didn't notice it for the longest time. If you click on similar items, it's going to show you similar items. So these will probably all be Converse because there's a million Converse on Vinted. You can see most of them are yellow. So if you decide that the other shoes, maybe you didn't like that they were in satisfactory condition, even though they looked really good to me, I don't know. Maybe you want something that's in new condition, or maybe you're thinking about a slightly different shade of yellow, maybe high tops, maybe low tops. You can go through and see all of the similar items here, and all in the same size, which is really convenient if you know your shoe size. Let's have a look at a different option. Let's look at my California sweater, or California. As you can see, again, the pictures are up at the top. There's just one like, and it's me. No one else has liked it. The seller has plenty of 5-star reviews, almost 100. You can see the price. You can see how much the price is with the Vinted protection fees, and if you scroll down a bit farther, you can see that the shipping is $1.49 because that's what shipping usually is for us from France. So again, you can do the math for yourself, $1.49 plus $3.85, or you can just press on the buy button, see that it would be €5.34, and then go back very carefully without accidentally buying anything. Let's see how much more information we have. It's been up for 15 months, and it's only had 4 clicks in all that time, and just the 1 like from me. So if I do decide to buy this sweater, maybe I have to make them an offer for a lower price. It is only €3 already. The minimum you can spend on Vinted is €1, so it's almost as low as it could possibly be. But it's good to look through and see what your options are. That's about it for what I wanted to show you today. That's everything you need to know to get started on Vinted, but I did promise that there were going to be two important pieces of information if you haven't actually made your Vinted account yet. The first one is just how many emails you get. We talked about in the last video how you can turn off these emails, most of them at least, but even if you do that, it's a lot of emails from Vinted and also from the shipping companies. The shipping company will be like, oh, your package is on the way. Oh, your package should arrive tomorrow. Oh, your package has arrived. Oh, send us a rating. How did you like your package service? And if you're getting 4 or 5 emails just from the package service for every single little thing you buy off of Vinted, it really starts to add up after a while. So I would say just keep that in mind when you're signing up. Don't use like your work email or anything like that. Maybe you want to use the email that you're checking constantly and keeping really tidy. Maybe you want to use the email that you hardly ever check and you can just have all of the stupid shipping emails in there that you want. Either way, really consider it before you make your account. The other thing I wanted to say is it's almost impossible to change what country you're in after you've made your account. So luckily, I made my account after we moved here to Austria because we're only like 15 minutes from the German border. But if I had a German account, I wouldn't be able to use it at all here, basically. People try just deleting their account and making a new account, but then Vinted automatically sees that and they think you're like a spam bot or something. I don't know. Don't decide to go shopping on Vinted while you're in vacation in Greece or something. Just do it when you're at home and you'll have a much easier time of it. That's about it for me today. If you want more tips and tricks for using Vinted, be sure to subscribe to my channel. And if you're interested in selling on Vinted, but you're a bit worried about being scammed, be sure to watch this video on the common scams on Vinted and how to avoid them. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye!